Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to God-Given Health. Today, I want to briefly discuss about breakfast and it being considered the most important meal of the day. So I'm not so sure how accurate that is. I understand we need to eat breakfast, especially if you have any health problems, especially like blood sugar problems like diabetes. You probably can't go without breakfast. And so if you have any type of health problem like that, it's best to talk to your doctor first. I'm not a medical doctor. These are my opinions and based on experience and research. Okay. Over 40 years experience and research from the people that are experts, herbalists in the medical industry, in the natural or the herbal industry. Okay. And so when I was growing up in the 70s, breakfast was not considered the most important meal of the day. And during that time, most Americans were not overweight as they are today. So according to the stats today, 65% of Americans are overweight or obese. And so that's not good. And so we do well. Like, why are we so many of us overweight? Myself included, because I lost weight, I gained something back. A lot of it had to do with health problems, getting COVID, breaking my foot, and other things that I've written about on my blogs on Facebook, and my Get Healthy, Stay Healthy group, and my Lose Weight with Terri group. Okay, and so anyway. So we need to just analyze. We don't have to, but if you're having a weight problem, losing weight, and if you're overweight, losing weight can help you to get healthy and stay healthy. And so being overweight, it does cause health problems. Some people, younger people, they may not have any obvious problems until they get older. But being overweight is not healthy. It's not good for health. And unfortunately, a lot of people in our society today, and for the last 2 or 3 decades, they try to say that, overweight is nothing wrong with it. Yes, it is. It is. And those very same people, they'll be changing their story. Just give them a little time. They'll be changing their story. Because the body, God did not create our bodies to be able to handle the excess weight. Because it smothers our organs and it stops them from working properly or at their optimum level. Okay, and so especially like around our heart and our liver and kidneys, just on and on, stomach, just on and on. Just being overweight is not good. And I'm not skinny, so I ain't putting nobody down that's overweight. I'm not skinny myself. The last time I was considered skinny was in school. People used to call me olive oil. And so, but that was, I love to be considered olive oil today. But anyway, that was long time ago when I was in middle school. So anyway, so skipping breakfast, it can be a good thing for one. It can be a good thing. Skipping breakfast can be a good thing. So it's not the most important meal of the day. The most important meal of the day is lunch or dinner and what you eat, what you consume. It's not breakfast. If you could go without breakfast, that's great because you're giving your stomach time to rest. Okay? And then if you do eat breakfast, if you have to eat breakfast, make it very small. And so for me, sometimes I miss breakfast. But if I find my blood sugar either going too high or too low, I'll make sure I eat like a handful of nuts. Maybe 5 to 10 cashews and a quarter of an apple or a handful of blueberries. And that's it. I'm good for the next 4 hours. And my stomach is still shrinking or I'm still losing weight because I did not overeat, eating some grits or pancakes or toast or eggs and sausage and just these big hearty breakfasts that we eat. And so I think that's the problem too. Is that it's not just that we eat breakfast. When we hear, the breakfast is the most important meal of the day, a lot of us in our minds, we're thinking, okay, so then I need to overdo it. Not overdo it, but like, okay, I need to make sure I eat a lot. And that's where we're going wrong. First of all, we don't have to eat breakfast unless we have health problems. And then when we do if we do eat breakfast, we can eat something small. Like I said, it could just be some peanut butter crackers with some strawberries. on the side. We don't have to eat these big breakfasts. And so I think that's what they've kind of, the message is being sent, whether intentionally or not. It's like the message is being received that, okay, so you need to eat a big breakfast so you won't be too hungry at lunch or dinner, and you won't overeat. And so then we kind of overeat at breakfast. And a lot of us, we don't even realize we're doing this. And so we're eating these big breakfasts that we don't need. These bacon, sausage, eggs, even if it's turkey bacon. We don't need all of that. It's harder to lose weight when we eat these big breakfasts. And so it's better, like I said, unless you have health problems, it's better to eat a very, very small breakfast or just skip breakfast altogether. We don't need breakfast. A lot of people may not know, but around the world, especially in third world countries, those people only eat one time a day, and they're not fat or overweight. And I ain't talking about the ones that are starving or in a famine. I'm not talking about them. And so America in general, and a lot of the countries consider themselves the top countries. The people are overweight because we eat too much. Because we bought into this that we got to eat 3 meals a day and have 2 to 3 snacks. No, we don't. No, we don't. And first of all, there's nothing wrong with eating 3 meals a day and having snacks. But is it healthy? Or are you overdoing it? And so our portion sizes in America are too big. I've been cutting back on my portion sizes. And even though I've cut my portions in half, it's still too much. Because that's just the way America is. You ever notice when you go to a restaurant and how much food they give you? Almost no matter where you go, unless you eat at a French restaurant. Okay, so I notice like whenever me and my husband go out and eat, I have to divide my food. I used to divide my food in half. It's like, it's still too much food. The last time I went out to eat, I think it's for my birthday, because I try not to go out to eat that much because it could cause you to gain weight or make it hard to lose weight. And so the last time we went out to eat, one of my favorite restaurants, Cheesecake Factory, and the food they gave, I cut it in half, and in the other half, I couldn't finish that. I had to cut it in half again, and almost had to cut it in half again. Because they give us so much food and we feel like we have to eat this, even if we break it in half, it's still a lot of food. And so this is what's causing obesity in our country. Misinformation. And then the food that they're giving us. And so, like I said, the misinformation is that we have to eat breakfast. And in our minds, we're thinking, oh, okay, since breakfast is the most important meal of the day, now we're trying to eat everything. Well, I want to get my protein. I want to make sure I get, I got to get the eggs. Then I got to have the meat. It might be a steak or some ham. And then, so you got the eggs and the meat, then toast and potatoes or grits. Or oatmeal with just too much. We're just eating too much. And so I just want to make us cognizant of this. I don't want anybody to feel bad about this. I just want to open our eyes that we don't have to eat it. We don't have to do all this. And so on my healthy lifestyle diet that I share in my group, Lose Weight with Terri, on Facebook, on my blog, Lose Weight with Terri. If you look at any of my videos that I share from my channel, Terri Temple, if you look at any of my videos from there, you will see that the breakfast that I recommend is very small. Like I said, it's some rice crackers with peanut butter, 2 to 3 rice cracker sandwiches with peanut butter, and a handful of blueberries. You're not going to gain weight on that. You're not going to get fat. That will help keep your blood sugar balanced. But even then, you don't have to eat that if you don't want to. You don't have to eat breakfast. That's what I'm trying to say. And so I just want to put out there that breakfast is not the most important meal of the day. It's lunch. Lunch is the most important meal of the day. Okay, so lunch instead is the most important because if the right foods are consumed, it can lead to avoiding dinner, which leads to even more weight loss if we're trying to lose weight and maintain our weight. Eating 3 times a day in general is a marketing scheme to getting us consumers to spend more money on food. But as I mentioned, it has led the USA to being overweight and obese. I know it sounds crazy because this is new, but it's true. This is new information. So I know it may sound like, oh, what she's talking about. No. And so the key is, if you're trying to lose weight, get in shape, get healthy or whatever, so aim to eat lunch or dinner only, and watch how the weight begins to fall off, as it did when you were younger. Because remember, when we were younger, we didn't eat breakfast. We ran off to school. Our parents could barely get us to eat a bowl of cereal, if that. And we ran off to school, and we may have eaten, we just ate lunch and dinner. And sometimes we even skipped dinner. Why? Because our life just wasn't consumed around food. But as we get older, and then we listen to these mainstream medical people, health care people, that they're being paid to tell us this stuff. I know it sounds crazy, but I'm sorry, I gotta say it. It's true. They're being paid by the food industry, by corporations, to push food on us, to get us to eat. Just like with alcohol, have you noticed in the grocery stores? I don't know if it's everywhere, but where I live, the alcohol used to be hidden in the back. Sometimes it was locked away, or you had to call a manager or someone to go into the alcohol department. Now, especially like at Walmart, I noticed the alcohol is right over by the checkout counter, and they got big bottles of vodka and whiskey right by the checkout counter. I'm like, wow, okay. Guess they don't care if people steal it anymore. Because they're pushing this stuff on us. Because it's all about money. And so this is what they're doing. These people don't care about our health. This is why I don't like mainstream medicine. Just the mainstream period, everything is pretty much corrupt. All they care about is the bottom line. That's money. And them getting richer. And you think they're already rich enough. No, they just can't get rich enough. It doesn't matter if they're gazillionaires, there ain't enough money. So it upsets me. I'm a woman of integrity. And so these type of things, it just upsets me, because it's like, no. And I'm not saying these people have a bad heart or doing this on, just they're all evil. I'm not saying that. This is just the society that we live in. And I think a lot of people, they just fall in this capitalistic society we live in. It's like it's just the way it is. It's the norm. And people just accept it. Even the managers at these companies and stuff, they just don't see how wrong it is. Well, we got to watch out for the bottom line. I know, I'm a business person. I networked with business people. The ones at the top, the elite companies. That's all they care about is the bottom line. And it's not good, but we're the consumers, and we're the ones being harmed by it. With our health, financially, we're spending money on things that we don't need. We're buying things that we don't need, like these big dinners, or breakfasts, I mean. It's like a dinner. By the time we add all the stuff, the pancakes and the waffles and all this, and all these restaurants like IHOP and all this, we're going there eating all this food, and then they give us too much food. We're always taking food home with us because we can't eat it all. And even if we didn't eat it all, we probably still ate too much. Even if we ate half of it, like I was saying, it's just too much food. They're pushing this on us, and then they complain, Americans are overweight. Yeah, I guess so. And so I just want us to be aware of this. This is all. I'm aware of this. And so we all stumble, make mistakes, and sometimes have a setback in our life. And that's what happened to me. Like I said, I was abused growing up. And so I suffer a lot from depression and panic attacks and stuff, because I was physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually abused. And my family is still trying to abuse me, but I'm using my boundaries to protect myself. And God is taking care of me. He always has, and He always will. He's taking very, very good care of me. But I'm just a human being. But I never give up. I never just say, oh, well, I'm just a little bit overweight. I'm 20, 30, 40, 50 pounds overweight. That's just the way it's going to be. No, Lord forbid. That's not who I am. I'm just not a person that just settle. I've never been the type of person that just settle for less. And so that's all. I just want to put that out there, that breakfast is not the most important meal of the day. Lunch and dinner are, or lunch and or dinner. And even if you eat a nice, it's better to just eat a healthy lunch, like a salad, maybe some chicken or turkey or fish. And then dinner, maybe just have some soup, or eat fish for dinner. So like chicken or poultry for lunch with a salad, and dinner, maybe some fish and a salad or some pasta, some healthy pasta, or just another salad. And then a snack if you want, eat perfectly after lunch. And so this still is in line with my healthy lifestyle diet that I have on my channel, Terri Temple. And so I got some shopping lists on there and everything. You want my shopping list, let me know. Okay, so I just want to put that out there. And so don't feel burdened, overwhelmed, or deceived that you got to eat breakfast. No, you don't. No, you don't. Just make your breakfast. If you have to eat, make it a snack. Don't eat like this whole. We don't need it. We don't need it. And it's not true. Basically, bottom line, it's not true. That they lied to us. They lied. Breakfast is not the most important meal of the day, and a lot of these TV doctors, they pass this on to us. It's not. Yeah, so, and unless you have some health problems, make sure you go to your doctor and everything, and just do your own research. You don't even have to take my opinion. I'm the type of person, I just read. I'm always reading, so I come across this stuff. I always do a lot of research. I just try to keep myself informed. I'm just a bookworm. I just like reading. I can't stop reading. I love reading. I love documentaries and just keeping abreast of everything. And so I just want to share that with you. Okay, so if you have any questions or comments, please let me know. Don't hesitate to let me know. And just put in the comment fields what you think as far as breakfast being the most important meal of today, because this is something new. They haven't always been touting this. And our society is constantly changing over and over again. But I don't like no one controlling me, especially through deception. I don't like it. Okay, I don't like it, and so I don't think you like it either. I'm not anyone I don't like people deceiving me. I don't like being deceived. I like what Jesus said in John 8:32. You shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. That's what I like. I want to be free. I want to be free, and I don't want to be burdened down. And so we fall into this. I temporarily fell in that eating these big breakfasts. And it's like, hey, wait a minute. I remember when I was just eating some nuts and some blueberries, and the weight just was falling off. I mean, falling off without me hardly trying to do anything. And then all of a sudden, oh yeah, my husband, because of course I'm married. I don't mind cooking for my husband, but he has no problem with his weight like I do. And so he don't mind, he wants to eat bacon and eggs and toast every day. I can't eat that. And I keep telling him that, so, and then I wind up falling into that. Now I'm cooking these big breakfasts. I'm a potato person. I love potatoes. And so I can eat potatoes for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And so then I'm eating all these potatoes and all this stuff. And it's like, wait a minute, with this pandemic and everything got people all confused, and so, or just off track. That's what I meant to say. We're off track. And I'm like, wait a minute, I don't used to eat all these big breakfasts. Just give me a piece of apple and some nuts. I'm good to go. Slice of apple. And so since I've been doing that, the weight is just falling off. I'm just so happy. My stomach has shrunk. Oh man, I think I've lost like 5 inches on my stomach in just like 2 weeks. Just from not eating these big breakfasts anymore, and just trying to skip breakfast altogether with the intermittent fasting. And so when we fasting is huge. It not only do you lose weight, your body heals when you fast. And so our society, especially here in America, we just love food, and our whole lives is just all about food. It's just centers around food, and that's not good. That's not good. So, okay, I'm done. I said I was going to finish a couple minutes ago, but okay, I'm done this time. Okay, love you. Chat with you later. Please comment, like, and subscribe. See you later. Bye-bye.